You get all the trades, and Simp by himself might have enough. Grim?
Simp! The master at work! A two-man stack now on A.
He is completely locked in. This is it. This is your tournament.
Thieves, the last chance now in the fight. Forward they go, and it's Simp, Cell, Draza, the whole squad! FaZe! They've done it! Destiny Manifest! One of the greatest rosters Call of Duty has ever seen! Atlanta FaZe, champions of the world! Slow with Fox Neves, Sierra Finale. Forward they go, it's Simp, Cell, Draza, the whole squad! FaZe! They've done it!
Yo guys, it's your boy Borito back again with another episode of Borito Talk. I am your host, like I said 3 times already, Borito, the #1 CDL ESPN analyst / content creator in the world. And today we got a 2-parter here. We're going to be doing a EWC roster, every roster tier list going into the tournament, and we're also going to be doing a bracket prediction. I got the whole bracket pulled up. We're actually going to do every single game. I may not do map vetoes because everyone knows when I include map vetoes, it could be a 2.5-hour episode. This is going to be an episode with a lot of pauses. I may have to do the second part, which is the bracket, later in the day, but you're obviously not going to notice in post-production because it's all going to be together. I have a guy from Facebook coming to pick up a dresser. Just decided to randomly pick this time as I was recording. Granted, I was a little bit late. So he's going to be here in like 20 minutes. Going to have to cut then. And then roommates moving in like an hour and a half, maybe an hour. So just going to make it through this tier list part at least and then do the bracket later. Let's freaking go, okay? Let's go. And you guys are going to be very interested by this tier list, by the way. So please do not fast forward until, please don't fast forward until the end, please. Please, like, actually, like, let this whole thing play out. Because there's some of you I know like to skip to get in just to see the results. Like, you got to build up anticipation. We're going to go through it. So as you can see here, I have all the rosters. For those of you on audio only, when we go through the roster in particular, I'll name everyone on the team. For those of you who don't know, especially like the challengers teams, because there's been like a lot of updates recently. So where do we go from here? So I got all the teams here, and I was gonna take away Carolina Royal Ravens because yeah, like they're just not going. So I was just going to make like an F tier and just throw them in. But then I said, I'm going to change my mind. So where should we start first? I don't want to start with the challengers team. I'm going to start with Vegas Falcons. That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with Team Falcons for this. Where do I put Team Falcons? I am putting them in the D. And I mean, it's not really much of a surprise. I think their move was a lot of... Okay, I'm going to preface by saying, getting rid of Priesta, I'm not a Priesta hater. Like, every time I talk about him, it probably sounds like I'm hating. I'm not a Priesta hater, but dropping him, instant upgrade. So, it's already a positive. But something I cannot wrap my head around. I like the prospect of TJ and Pred as an SMG duo, because I feel like they'll have very good chemistry compared to Pred and Xnit, even though, like, they were actually exhibiting pretty good teamwork. Like, they're pretty fluid as an SMG duo. I'm not gonna lie, like, they're pretty fluid. But I think like TJ and AG, like, that they have, like, they obviously like know each other, like, you know, like they play like fuck 2K late at night, they're always in S&D chels, whatever. So like they know each other very well, like they're very good friends. So I mean, like, the chemistry there is gonna be great. But Xnid is like a brand new player to competitive Call of Duty, and he was just finding his feet as an SMG player, a very good SMG player in the making, and you're going to immediately move him to a role he's not common with. I'm sure if he plays ranked, he could use an AR, but using it in an organized setting against organized teams with structure, It's just like a completely different game from just picking it up, using it in rank play, and just fucking shredding. It's completely different. So I don't understand the thought process behind that. TJ Haley, I know, I've said it even on Carolina Royal Ravens, which I was going to talk about before. I made a tweet. So you're telling me they dropped Vivid to pick up another AR for that AR not to do good when TJ, who I know, granted it was like Black Ops 2 and it was S&D only, a very good AR with very good AR tendencies in him. He's a very good SMG as well, but I think he could be a very good AR as well, especially a flex where you can pull out an SMG if you need to. Would definitely run that role way better than XNID, but right now we're talking about Carolina. But they could have moved TJ to a flex, move Vivid to a sub where he thrives, where his play style is perfect. They still maintain good S&D players, and you have Reese Vivid now with an SMG going in, First Blood Reaper, doing all that stuff. Like the pace he would set, their pace would be crazy, and I think their dynamic there would be a whole lot better. I don't know why TJ's avoiding this second AR, third SMG role. I think it would suit him very well, especially in a scenario like this. I feel like XNID should definitely be on the sub, but for some reason, TJ got to be the AR. And an AR duo of TJ and Arcides, there's like a world where I could just see it weirdly working. Like, I could just see it weirdly working, but I feel it's just a lateral move. I think it's just a lateral move. Like, I'm sure TJ is going to do pretty good with the MS, but I mean, their S&D is going to be good now. I'm not going to lie. Like, Xid's a really good S&D player. AG's gone way better at S&D. Like, he's actually a really good S&D player when he's not playing with Shotzi. And then RC's is Arcides. And then TJ, obviously, like a top S&D player of all time. So their S&D, I may actually move them up to C. I'm not going to lie. I actually kind of just talked myself into that. I just don't know about the respawn. You know what? I'm actually moving to C. I'm moving to C. I actually kind of like that. Dude, what the heck? Oh, no, I forgot X is on the AR. Holy shit. I was thinking about TJ on the AR. Never mind. Change my mind. I was thinking about TJ on the AR for some reason. I was like, you know what? I'm going to bump up to B. That's what I was thinking. Bro, if TJ was the AR of that team, you know, there's actually some potential there. I'm not going to lie. But he's on the SMG and the XNID on the AR. I mean, I just do not agree with that in any world. Rocker, where in my right mind why should I have any inclination to put Rocker any higher than Vegas? I have no idea, but I'm going to. You know what? Rocker's been kind of annoying me lately. Like, you know, Rocker's been kind of annoying me lately. I'm going to put Rocker I'm going to put him in D. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. I'm going to put him in D. I'm going to put him higher than Vegas. But yeah, don't have high hopes for Rocker at this turn. You're going to see when I break down the brackets. Let me just take a sneak peek who's in their group. So they are G2. They got Cloud9 and then Optic. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're kind of chalked. Okay. So now we are going to do Cloud9. So Cloud9 now is Gwyn, Sib, Spart, which I kind of like Spart and Sib, and then Cramp. Like that's the likings of a very good team. I'm not going to lie. But I can, in my right mind, put them in B because I've never seen them play yet. But I kind of want to because, I mean, it's fucking my list, you know? But with the teams I'm going to be putting in B, it kind of makes no sense. So I kind of have to put them in C. It would make no sense to put them on the same level as some of the teams I'm going to be throwing in that category. So you're going to be seeing later. Where should I go next? I mean, I'm going to do Vancouver. I mean, like, Vancouver proved to be a very good team. A lot of resilience over the weekend. I'm going to put them in A. Not just because off the placings. I mean, obviously the placings that champs have like a lot to do with it, but it's the way that they played and the teams that they beat. And they were like one map choke away. Granted, I mean, the first 5 maps could have gone either way, but that map number 8, that rewind hardpoint, it was just one person overextending on a hill, dying, cost him that whole game. There's probably some more mistakes in that game that I might go through later, maybe tomorrow, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But one mistake away from going to like a game 9 rewind S&D, and who knows what could have happened. You know, we could have been having a whole different conversation, but definitely an A-tier team. I mean, excusing their major four placing, but I mean, every top team has had bad placings this year, so I am going to excuse that. Boston got top 3, but I still don't rate them highly at all. That's just me. I'm going to save them from putting them at D just because of their performances, but to not win one hard point until like your very last match when you're about to go out. You lost every hard point, just clutched up in S&D. Granted, that's 2 out of 3 of the game modes. That's 66%, you know? So it's like not bad. But, you know, I'm not convinced by that team. And I've already said my thoughts on Purge. I said that Purge should have some confidence in himself and explore his options in the offseason instead of playing it safe and potentially staying with this roster. I feel like if any other player in the league knows any ball or any game knowledge, Purge is a good pickup for a lot of teams. And I even said even him finding his way to Kenny, if Kenny would play with him. I mean, the people Kenny's playing with right now, like, he should not have any issue playing with fucking Purge. Like, I feel like just their personalities and how they talk would be very similar. I think they would really actually like enjoy each other's company. I think they could do some good things together, but they would need some two crazy slayers. But Purge could definitely take a step up from this Boston roster. He should definitely believe in himself. Like, I don't think he's going to go back down to challengers if any team has any sort of a brain. There's so many teams that could use a player like Purge, and Purge has made me do a 360 on my original thoughts of him. So, I mean, that's just kudos to him. Very much kudos to him. Ball knowers know, and Purge is a very good player in the making. But the team that he's on, not convinced with them at EWC. Let me take a look at these. They face Team War, and then they have to face like Ultra or Falcon. So, I mean, it's possible for them to get out. They could easily get out. But I'm still rating them as a C-tier team. I don't care that much about like champs placings unless I really actually think they're like a good team. So now Omit. They didn't really do much roster changes because it was basically the exact same team, but Craze, Mamba, Mac, Vivid. Bro, let me tell you, dude. From what I watched, bro, Craze and Mamba, like, they don't have a red light. Like, they are running at teams. Like, I'm watching them play Hardpoint, and they are running at people. Like, they are sprinting at people. Like, no respect. Like, no respect. That's honestly how they're playing. No respect at all. It's actually very impressive, and like the way that they're playing and like their respawns was very tippable in challengers. We're gonna see how it is against pro teams because I think they're in Atlanta Faces group. Yeah, can't wait for us to do that bracket prediction. You guys gonna be very interested in my bracket prediction. I got a good bracket prediction or two. I'm not gonna lie, I got a good bracket prediction or two. Where would I put Omit? They are the challengers world champions of 2025 Black Ops 6. I am going to put them above D, but I'm not going to quite put them in B. I'm going to put them above Cloud9. I'm going to put them like top of C. That's where I'm going to put them. This fucking tier list website is fucking lagging right now. I don't know why. But I'm going to put them top of C. Once you see the teams I have in B, it'll make a lot more sense, okay? It'll make a lot more sense then. Can't really put them on this same tier as like other players like there. So, and then let's do like LAG. So they replaced Fellow with DiamondCon, which I thought was a very good upgrade, which means a Team War is a completely different team now. They had to pick up Neum. Linz is now not on Team War, if we're talking about Team War now. So now Team War, they're playing with like their coach. I forgot his name. I like saw it earlier today. But I guess I could rank that team. I mean, I'm pretty high on like Neum for like the future. But Assault 2 Real against like pro player, just, you know, I got no hope there. Got no hope. All right, so Team War is now 2 Real, Assault, Neum, and I'm Bink. I believe I've seen I'm Bink play like S&D Challenge in Black Ops 3, unless I'm just stupid. I don't know. But haven't heard any gameplay on him. He was on the coaching staff, and now he's on the roster. I'm immediately just going to throw him in D. Like, just have to. Like, I've seen Neum do some miracles in challengers with his team. I don't think he's going to be able to carry this team. I don't think so. I think they're just gonna get absolutely tucked to bed. Good night. But yeah, moving on. So we're going to do 5 fears. 5 fears also had to make a change because Abe is now on Toronto Ultra, aka Movi Koi. So 5 fears, they now replace Abe with Capsidol. So it's Capsidol Exceed Fire Hixie. I had a high hopes of that team with Abe because I thought they're actually a really good team. But with Capsidol, I'm going to be doing some videos in the off season of like a lot of different players. I'm going to be doing a lot of individual player analysis, and Capsule is one of the players I want to do it on specifically because in Challengers, he's a very good player, very fast-paced player. He looks very good in Challengers. But then he takes that exact same game style to like the Pro League, and it does not go good. He had his moments like in Vanguard, yeah, it was Vanguard. He had his moments in Vanguard, but other than that, I mean, just have to learn to adapt and play like a little bit different. So those hardpoint things I do on him are going to be very, very interesting. Let me just say that. Very, very interesting. I feel there's like a slight hope that Capsule could like raise their pace and do stuff because even watching Abe play for 5 years, like in S&D, he's getting first blooded a lot. Like he's just trying to make a play and it's just not working. And we're going to get into Abe a little bit later when I talk about Ultra, but Capsule, I think, maybe brings this team down. If it was just strictly Challengers, I think it'd be pretty lateral, but against pro players, I feel like it's going to be a little bit different. I could be surprised. I still rate them higher than everybody in D, surprisingly. So I'm going to put them in C. I actually rate them above Rocker. I watched them play Rocker. Granted, it was with Abe, but they smoked them. Rocker could say they're not trying all they want, but they're absolutely terrible. I lost all respect for Rocker after that online tournament. I'm not going to lie. Really just rubbed me the wrong way. So now we're going to do P7, which is Brack, Prolute, Standy, Yuli. P7 is actually a team I really like. For those of you who don't know, they were actually Omit Brooklyn, and they got second at Challengers Champs. Granted, they got dog walked in the final, but it's a very good team that I thought would place very well, and they did. They got to second place. I could just tell like that Omit versus Omit matchup. It's just a complete matchup. I don't think it's even a skill dip. I just think it's a matchup, just player for player, play styles. It's like that P7 team, which is Omit Brooklyn, just could not handle anything Omit was doing. It's like Omit could do no wrong in any of the respawns, even in S&D. Omit, the normal one, got their S&D a lot better, and Omit Brooklyn, aka P7, could not handle it at all. I'm very intrigued because we haven't seen Brack in the league ever since like Black Ops 4. Actually, he was in Vanguard. I think they brought him in Vanguard slightly. But highly regarded as a kill whore. Now they're saying he's reformed now. Pro Loot, person I was very high on. Really wanted to see in the league. Should have gotten in earlier. No one took a chance on him. I'm not sure if it was attitude problems, bunch of soft people. I mean, a very good asset for any team. Very hard worker, really wants to win. Just constantly grinding with his head down. Like, those are the type of players that you really want to have. Standy, very high SMG ceiling. But once again, just like another... this team is just like a band of misfits. And then there's Yuli, who's like a very nice guy, but just no one's actually gave him another chance. I think he was in like early, I want to say early, like MW, like was it MW2 or like either MW2 or MW 2019? I don't know. I don't want to go through the history, but a very good team. I'm very interested to see how they do. Who's in their group? I want to go see. Oh, fuck, they got Miami. Ooh, they're in the hard group. They got Miami and Omit. And if they lose, they go into a loser's bracket. Granted, if they go into... Actually, this is not a good group for them. Because if FaZe beats Omit and then they lose to Miami, they're going to have to go play the team that they don't match up fucking well against. You know? So that's really bad. Really bad for them. But, like, at least they're there for the vibes, you know? So the match against Heretics is very big. Like, pretty much every team in this thing. I mean, I'm already going through the bracket. I'm literally fucking cooked. Okay. You see how I get fucking sidetracked like that? Crazy. But P7, I'm going to put them. I mean, I can't put them any higher than like Omit. I'm gonna put them higher than Boston. I actually think they're like a better team than Boston. I really want to say they're a better team than Boston. Or I think Boston actually might edge them. I think Boston might just. You know what? Nah, they're higher. I think I have Cloud9 just higher them because I think like Cramp on his best day and Sib with Gwyn. I mean, they would probably run worlds. Like, that's a match I want to see, which is why I'm kind of upset with how the groups are. I'd love to see so many of these different teams actually mix it up, like, against each other. But it is what it is. And I guess we'll do the last challenger team, which is Team Orchid, Bance, Beans, Harry Mythics. That they dropped a person on the team, I forgot who. For Beans, I think they felt they needed more firepower, a person with CDL experience, but I mean, it's fucking Beans, you know? So, I mean, like, we'll see. We shall see. I mean, honestly, whatever people want to say, it actually is a good move because I watched Team Orchid play in challengers and in hard points especially. Like, they're a hard Neslo team. They're good at maybe Skyline hardpoint, but otherwise, every other map, they're pretty much almost guaranteed to lose. So their hardpoint's already not good. And it's against like teams that just like outslay them. So they do actually need slaying power. So it's not really like a bad move. It's not really a slimy move. It's actually an executive move because against any of these other teams, you're just going to lose every hard point. And these teams are better at S&D than like a lot of the challengers teams. So, I mean, you may not even be able to Neslo. And the controls are probably going to be hard, especially when you don't have like firepower. So it is a really good move from Orchid. I'm not going to lie. Like, even though it's really dirty, but I mean, it's not like this Orchid team's been together all year. Like, I saw Bance in like 3 different fucking rosters. All these players have all been interchanged like in different iterations of orgs and teams. So it's not like they were like together all year and decided to drop their friend at the end. It was not like that at all. And that guy's still getting 5,000 for his troubles, which he probably would have got anyways if he came because they would have got OFAR'd anyway. So they're playing Vancouver. Like, they would have lost that game. And then they play LAG or LA Thieves. Like, they were going to get OFAR'd. So, like, let's be a little bit realistic for anyone that's like, oh, they did them dirty. Okay, let's be a little bit more realistic. Okay, I'm all over the place. So, Orchid, I mean, I still don't have high hopes for them. I got to put them, like, below. I'm putting every team above, like, fucking Rocker. Actually, I'm going to move this Orchid team down to D. I have to. I'm going to put them, like, below because I still don't think their hardpoint's going to get any better. And, yeah. So, now we're going to do LAG. They got the Diamond Con now in place of Fellow. So now the roster's Diamond Con, Kismet, Lunars. Wait. It's Diamond Con, Kismet, Lunars, and Johnny. Okay, that makes sense. A better roster because of on Fellow, I'm not going to lie. That actually sounds like a way better roster. I am just because of that. I mean, a lot of people are probably going to say I'm off the pack. I'm going to put them above. I'm going to put them like above like the D. I think that roster... just upgrading that one player, it's a tier above Rock. Dude, I don't even know, actually. I kind of want to move. No, I think it's because Exon's on the flex. If Exon was not on that flex and he was on SMG, I would actually rate them way higher. But I cannot do that. And I don't really want to put LAG in the same tier as Rocker, especially now they got rid of Fellow. They got Diamond Con, who I'm very high on. Hope that guy actually becomes a mainstay in the league because the league could use another good AR. And he actually is a very good AR on his best day. So, yeah. I guess we'll do Miami next. Miami's a very good team. Champs, they had a wonderful opportunity to make the grand finals and win after Atlanta FaZe and LA Thieves, the 2 teams they've been losing to, were out. That was like their only boogeyman, and they still found a way to lose. So, I mean, they're probably very disappointed. They definitely got a way better champs placing. Like, the 2 best teams go out, and you have a pretty, I'm not going to say easy run, but a lot of a way more of a favorable run than you otherwise would have had, you know? So, That kind of just deterred me on them a bit because it's like they're a really good team, very good teamwork, very solid in pretty much all the game modes besides maybe control. And their S&D, like their red card S&D, I don't think they can play that map anymore. Like their red card S&D just fucking fell off a cliff, dude. I don't think they're actually like really good at that map ever. Like they haven't really dominated. They dominated like one time or two times like ever on that map. But now it's just like they can't play anyone. Now they're just losing everyone on that map. Where before it actually felt like it was a map they could have in their map pool. And if teams ban dealership against you, rewind's iffy. Proto's pretty iffy because a lot of good teams at that map. Like Proto's like a 5-5 map. Like that's a 5-5 map. If the other team is like what good at that map, it's like a close game no matter what. It just comes down like to A retakes. And A retakes can come down to just great timings and has nothing to do with actual skill or repetition. That's why I do not like that map at all for S&D. But I'm going to put them in B. I'm not going to quite put them in A. But definitely like top of B. Has to be top of B for sure. And now we're getting down to the top 4. Atlanta FaZe, LA Thieves, Optic, and Movi Koi Star. Wait, did I pronounce it right? Movi Star Koi. Oh my god, that name's got to change. I'm going to do Ultra first. Abe, Kleenex, Insight, Joe Deceives. So they got rid of Beans. A lot of people saying it should have been Insight. I have other words on that, regardless how bad Insight is. I mean, there's just something Insight bring. It's so hard to understand. It's really hard to understand. But I think Insight's intangibles are way better than Beans' like intangibles to the rest of the team and what he brings to the team. I don't think Beans has the other things to offer besides quote unquote slang power, which he didn't do that much more than Insight of. He did at times, but I mean, it wasn't anything where it's like, hey, this guy's so good at slang that we have to get rid of Insight. It was never on that level. And if you take that away, Insight's pretty much better at everything else, has more experience, has more leadership, etc., etc. So that's for people that are thinking, oh, it literally should have been Insight off of Beans. If you take Insight away, unless you're bringing in a main AR who could every team needs, I mean, this team doesn't really super need it because I think Joe's matured a lot. They still have Kleenex, very good at comms. But who would they find for an AR if they dropped Insight? I don't think a Beans and Kleenex AR deal would be good. And supposedly they tried for another AR and they couldn't get him, which, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Dude, there's not that much ARs that you could pair with Beans that are available right now in the 72 hour, I was gonna say 48, but I think 72 hours that they had. I don't think there was that many viable options. So yeah, I mean, if I want to take a look at the rosters real quick. I'll take a look at the challengers roster. So they could have gotten Diamond Con maybe, but I don't even know about that. A Diamond Con and Beans, it doesn't make sense. Every team needs an AR, they need that AR. You know what I mean? But I mean, and you see teams like Fire, Exceed, Capsule, Hixie, and then you're I mean, I don't know. But who could they have gone? Not Assault, maybe Brack, but I mean Brack and Beans, I don't know. You just have to have Insight in there, and then you can pretty much put any other AR. That's the thing about Insight. If you have them there, you can pretty much pick any AR that's quick and it's automatically an upgrade. But with Beans, it'd have to be a specific profile to pick up the things that he lacks on. So I think that's why they decided to go with Abe. Abe, I'm gonna say this, is a very good player. I'm very high on. I think he has the potential to be an S tier top of the line, top of the league in years time. Plural, not just a year, plural years time. But not right now. So on Saturday, I spent about 4.5 hours. I don't know where the time went. It just went. But I spent 4 hours going through all this Challenger Champs VOD. And as good of a player as I think he is, like skill-wise, a very good player, he just lacks a lot of like the actual Call of Duty IQ that comes with experience and comes with time and comes with playing at a higher level. He just lacks a lot. I sort of briefly went through it in like the hour video. I love how I say briefly and it was an hour-long video. But I go through some things there, like very bad at spawn punishing. Takes a lot of like bad routes. He's very indecisive sometimes. And in S&D, I mean, it's pretty much like Capsule. It's pretty much like a BZ, but a BZ is obviously way better at it. It's like he's the person trying to gain that first blood. He's usually the guy that dies first. And if it goes wrong, he literally just fucking dies. And on the team that he's on right now, it's usually Joe or Kleenex. But now Kleenex is playing a flex, so now it'd be Abe. So I think like the dynamic completely switches there. Granted, they have a lot more pace now. Bringing in another fast SMG and moving a fast SMG to an AR makes sense. But something that doesn't make sense to me, I said the same thing with Exit, I'm saying it again. Kleenex is like a top SMG in the league. Like, you watch Kleenex's Arrow, he is such a smart fucking player. And there's a lot of high-skilled SMG players, but there's not a lot of smart SMG players. There's a difference, you know? There's a big difference. And this is what separates everybody else besides just the skill, is like the smart, what they're doing with their arrow, their timings, hitting shit, knowing when to bait. All these things I think Abe lacks, but he's going to gain with experience unless Ultra somehow worked miracles in like a week, which I don't think is possible. Like, unless the coaches really went hard on him. I was actually thinking of DMing Abe and being like, hey, like, I could do some extra work for you to like help you get caught up and like, you know, go through any VOD you need me to go through and like pick any notes. I was actually going to DM him that, but I was like, it's like a bit too late for that. I'll probably do that off season maybe. Just going to start actually reaching out to players, but I don't think he's caught up in time. And I have some information I cannot disclose, but I mean, I think I'm basically going to be right. You know, I think I'm basically going to be right. I had some information. I asked around a bit, but cannot disclose the information. But where I have Ultra with like them taking Kleenex, like Kleenex and Joe was a fine SMG duel. You just need to fix the ARs. But, you know, and Kleenex is a flex. I'm sure he could be a very good flex, but dude, he's better suited for an SMG. He's an SMG player. He's a high tier, A tier SMG player. He should be an SMG. But yeah, I was teetering between B and C. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put him in C. I think they're going to be able to get out of their group because I think they're blessed with a pretty good group. But, yeah, I don't really want to put him on the same level as Miami, so I'm going to put him in the C tier. And it's so funny because player-wise, like skill-wise, you look at their team, I think they're a very good team, like of very good individual players, but I think the team dynamic is going to be very off. You guys are going to see what I'm talking about. I think they have a good bracket to at least make it out, but I think besides that, it's going to go downhill from there. Like, if you take a look at their bracket, they play fucking Falcons, and then they play Boston or War, so it's like free maps, you know? It's free maps from the get out. But after they get out, I think that's when reality is going to set in, and they're going to be gone. So, just based off my opinion, I'm going to put them in the C tier. And now we're down to like the top 3. You know, I'm going to save the best for last. You just know it. I don't care how they place at champs. I'm putting LA Thieves in the A tier. I still think they're an A tier team. Their map pool hasn't changed. They had a pretty bad, like, you know, like they played pretty bad at champs. Like, let's get that straight. They played really bad, but it's one tournament. I cannot, in my right mind, say that they're I just can't even say. I mean, you could argue that Vancouver's ahead of them, but I still think LA Thieves is, like, better than Vancouver. They play that match, like, if they play that match, like, 10 times, I think LA Thieves obviously edges them. But then it comes to Atlanta phase. A lot of you guys are probably going to be very shocked. A lot of you guys would probably be very shocked. Where am I going to put Atlanta FaZe? Well, I'm going to put Atlanta FaZe in the B tier. A place I have never in my life ever put Atlanta FaZe ever is in the B tier. It's just Atlanta FaZe and the B tier are just not synonymous. They're just not synonymous, okay? They're just not synonymous. But they've been playing very inconsistently. They have S tier potential, but they have a hard time capturing that potential. Very inconsistent. Their map pool makes them susceptible to losing a pretty much like 80% of the league on any given day. Just depends how Atlanta FaZe is playing. Like if you look at their map pool, like against any team, they're just question marks. All depends on what Atlanta FaZe is going to show up. Like that's not an A tier team. Can't put them on the same level as LA Thieves and Vancouver Surge right now. So I'm putting them at B. I am going to put them ahead of Miami because I do feel like they're actually now. I'm actually putting Miami ahead of them because that would be actually pretty disrespectful to Miami. So I'm putting Atlanta FaZe on the B tier with Miami, them two alone at the B tier. And this leaves us with Optic Texas going into EWC as Optic Gaming. Where am I going to put Optic, the best team in the game right now? This is where I'm going to blow motherfuckers' minds. I'm going to put Optic at the top of A. Yo, really thought I was going to put him in S tier? Get out of here. Get out of here. Let me explain, okay? Let me explain. Optic, obviously, at this current time, if we're going off of current times, is the best team in the game. Off of current times. I still think, in my opinion, not going off of public opinion, I still think LAT is the best team in the game. I just think they had a bad event, but I still think LAT is the best team in the game. But Optic right now is the best team in the game. I am not putting them in the S tier because I don't think they're miles ahead of everybody. They had a very good tournament, okay? They had a very good tournament. They 3-0'd Atlanta FaZe. I even forgot like the fucking road to the final. It was Atlanta FaZe, Ultra. Oh yeah, it was Atlanta FaZe, Ultra, Boston, and then they almost lost to Vancouver, but they didn't. But they 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Granted, I'm gonna let the Boston one slide, and then the fucking Atlanta FaZe one. Holy shit, you guys fucking saw that hacienda I went through, like brother. But I mean, Optic didn't play bad. It's not any fault of their own. Like they 3-0'd everyone. But in my opinion, I think S tier is like reserved for like people who are just like on that next level. And if they played LA Thieves, like maybe not this tournament, but any other tournament, like they probably like they're pretty susceptible to losing. Like they also didn't play Miami as well. I'm sure they could beat any of these teams in the C tier. Omit, they slap. Cloud9 slap. P7 slap. Fuck Boston slap. 5 Years slap. Gentleman slap. Rocker slap. Vegas, who knows? Orchid slap. Timor slap. Atlanta FaZe, they slapped them, but that was one time out of all the times the whole year. They play again, probably going to be a lot closer of a game. Miami, that they lost to every single time this year. Haven't actually beat them yet. LA Thieves pretty much lost them every time. And Vancouver, they lost to, but then they beat the last time. So they're pretty susceptible to losing. I don't think the gap for them is that far away just because they won champs. A lot of people have recency bias. Like, that's just how it is. Like, whenever, like, a team wins, like, I saw Breaking Point just do their bracket prediction earlier, and they had Optic fucking winning, of course, because they just won. That's, like, everybody's, like, that's how everyone's mind is. Like, the team that won before, obviously they're going to win again. They're the best last team that we just saw play. People need to use like some critical thinking when like they actually like think, but that's just me. If Optic fucking wins, I'm gonna be eating a fucking diaper. But I don't think Optic's gonna win EWC, but we'll get into that later. I kind of spoiled that. But this is my tier ranking. I'm not trying to take too much time on it, but I don't think the lead that Optic has, like the gap that they have, is that far away from everybody else. So that's just my opinion. I think they're top of A at the moment, but they haven't got a chance to play LA Thieves. Like, I would honestly even put LA Thieves above them, but I can't just because of the momentum Optics on, and they look fluid in hardpoint. Like, they are like smooth as silky butter in that game mode right now. Like they are silky smooth in hardpoint right now, and their control looks a lot better. But I still think LATs probably have a deeper map pool than them, but Optic's playing great right now. So yeah, this is my tier list, and in part 2 after the break, we are gonna do the Esports World Cup 2025 Black Ops 6 bracket prediction. Stay tuned. We'll see you on the other side. Yo guys, today's episode of Borito Talk is sponsored by me. Today's episode of Borito Talk is sponsored by the Borito Takeover YouTube membership, the best membership on all of YouTube. For just $4.99 Canadian, you unlock a bunch of extra behind the scenes, extra breakdowns, extra analysis from yours truly, Borito. A lot of extra content that you will not get on any other YouTube channel for their memberships. Not trying to compare or anything, but it is the best YouTube membership. If you're interested in extra content, extra chill nights, watching breakdowns, analysis, so much good stuff in the archives, and so much more on the way from yours truly, Borito. So hit the join button, join, support the Borito Takeover on my road to full-time content. This episode of Borito Talk is sponsored by the Borito Takeover YouTube membership. Now back to the podcast. All right, guys, welcome back to part number 2 of the Borito Talk podcast, where we are going to do the EWC Call of Duty bracket prediction here. I got the bracket pulled up. If you're on audio, you may want to go on Spotify, you may want to go on YouTube, but I'm going to do my best walking you through all the groups. And as we go through it, I'm going to try not to do map vetoes too much. Don't want this to be 2 hours, obviously. I have about an hour before I need to depart, so we are going to get right into it. So for those of you on audio only, we're going to start with Group A. Group A is Optic, Five Fears, Minnesota Rocker, and Cloud9. So Optic against Five Fears, it would be the team of Capsital, Exceed, Fire, and Hixie. Do we need to even need to waste some time on this, doing map vetoes and everything? No, we do not. Optic is going to advance. Shocker of the year. Rocker against Cloud9. I'm actually going to take Cloud9 in that one. I'm not going to lie. I'm so low on Rocker. It's actually incredible. I'm so low on them. And I think this updated Cloud9 is actually going to give them a run for their money, which means we're going to see Five Fears against Rocker, which is interesting because it's a version without Abe. So anything could happen. Okay, anything could happen. Like, let's say that anything could happen. But yeah, anything could happen. So it's gonna be Optic against Cloud9. I think Optic takes that. I'm not even gonna waste time on that. Optic definitely gonna beat Cloud9 there. And then wait, no. So that means Optic's already through. So I could actually slot Optic through to since they're team since they're in Group A, they're going to be at the top of the bracket in the quarterfinals. And so that means Cloud9 goes down. So Cloud9 loses to Optic, so they go down in the last chance qualifier game to actually qualify for the second spot. And all the people that place second in the group play like the top of the person in like the other group. So we're going to pull up EWC from last year. So the Group A winner faces the Group B second place, or like not the second place. Yeah, the second placer. I was going to say a different word, but they play the second placer, and then Group C winner plays the Group D loser. So that makes sense. Or not the Group D loser, the Group D runner-up. Okay, runner-up. Lock in. And then top of... So where's Atlanta FaZe here? So Atlanta FaZe was in Group... So Atlanta FaZe was in Group D. So Group D, so like the top of Group D is going to be in that second bracket spot near Optic. So interesting. So they play Group C. So Group D and the loser of Group C. Or not the loser. I keep saying the loser. The second place of Group C. So it's Group D and Group C on this side, and then Group B and da-da-da-da on that side. Okay, cool. I'm going to try to remember that. So, Cloud9 against who? 5 Fears against G2. So I actually did pull up some map vetoes. I pull up for specifically series like this. So Capsule Exceed, Fire Hixie. I didn't do too much research. I didn't do a deep dive, but I did get some map vetoes for previous maps that some of these challenger teams did at champs. So for 5 Fears, they typically like to ban Hossie depending who they're playing against, but they did play Hossie, but it was in like the group stage against like a pretty terrible team. But I could tell that map's not their strong suit, but they are playing Rocker, and Rocker's not super duper crazy at it, but they might still ban it anyway just for insurance. And then they usually ban Rewind S&D and Vault Control, which is good if you're playing Rocker because it's literally the only map they're good at. So they're probably going to play Proto. So probably going to play Proto Control because a lot of challengers love playing Proto Control. I'm not going to lie. Who would be like the team that gets like the map vetoes? Is it a coin flip? So that's why I don't really want to do map vetoes, because of like the coin flip. But Rocker against 5 Fears. If I had to ban a map against 5 Fears off the top of my head, it would not be Skyline. It would probably be Rewind. That would probably be like the map that they ban. That would have to be the map that they ban. And if Hossie and Rewind are banned, probably get a red card in there, which I don't think 5 Fears has an issue with. They're actually pretty good at that map. So, and then they ban Hossie, Rocker for S&D, probably bans. They honestly might ban fucking red card too. Like for S&D. Might ban a fucking red card for S&D. But we actually might see like a dealership maybe. I'm just throwing maps in there right now. We're probably going to see like a Hossie S&D in there. I wouldn't even mind. I'm just going to like throw them in like a random order. And then that second R-point map would be like Rocker's pick. And if Hossie's off the table, Rewind red card, that would leave Skyline. Ooh, that means you got to leave Skyline. If I'm 5 years, I'd rather ban Skyline, to be honest. I would ban Skyline, to be honest. That's why I don't want to do fucking map vetoes, because I don't know who Team A and Team B is. But if I'm 5 years, I'd probably ban Skyline and play him on Hossie. To be honest, you'd probably have a better chance playing him on Hossie. But I do have 5 years taken that. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why I deleted that. I actually need that. I actually need those notes. I'm going to put 5 fears. I don't even care. I'm doing 5 fears. Oh, there goes my phone ringing. So 5 years against Cloud9 again for like the bread. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying again, because they didn't play each other the first time. Cloud9 against 5 years. This is interesting. Gwen Krempster. I gotta go with them, dude. I just gotta. They just have to have a slang edge, especially over like Hixie. I just like imagine that they have a slang edge. So that means Cloud9 would go, since they're second in this, I think they go like there. Let me see. So second place in Group A goes bottom there. Okay. So they go bottom there. So second place Group A goes like at the bottom of the bracket, complete opposite side of like their person, which makes a lot of sense to me. So Group B, Vancouver, Orchid, 100 Thieves, Gentlemates. This one's going to be pretty fast, not going to lie. Vancouver going to beat Orchid pretty handedly. Orchid literally doesn't stand a hope in hell in Hardpoint. It's going to come down to the S&Ds, but I think Vancouver's just going to that's just going to be a skill diff, dude. That's just an Omega skill diff. 100 Thieves, they're not going to lose to LAT. It's just there's just no world it happens in. But Orchid does have a chance here to Neslo against LAG, and I am going to do that match real quick. So based off of some of the matches I watched at Orchid, because it was a byproduct of watching Abe, there's a lot of Orchid matches in there. Orchid, a very good S&D team, and now they got Bean, so I think their S&D is going to get even better. So Orchid typically does ban Rewind Hardpoint. I understand why, because they get absolutely body slammed on that map whenever they play it. A dealership S&D, understandable. It's like the one S&D map where like they can't really be like ratty and play their way and just absolutely dominate. And then for Control, they banned Hossie, which makes completely a lot of sense to me. But granted, these are like before the patch. So interesting. These are like before patch, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's before patch they played on Champs. But they'd probably still ban Hossie anyway. That's like, I understand their map vetoes. Their map vetoes are like, what's like the best like ratty type maps that we could play where like our like teamwork could like give us the edge, and it completely takes away just getting absolutely horked on. Like fucking Rewind, if a team is just better than you, like they're going to beat you at that map. So based off of those, I keep pulling up a bunch of different pages. Sorry, this must be terrible audio because I'm just mumbling with my words. So Orchid bans Rewind, Dealership, Hossie. This Gentlemates team, I mean, it's been a while since I watched them. Don't even know the last time they played. They played such a long time ago. Don't even know what they banned no more. I know Orchid loves to play red card hardpoint. If I were Gentlemates, I'll probably avoid that. So maybe ban that one. But you don't want to play them on Skyline either. So, because that's like the one map I think Orchid would be good in. So if Gentlemates let Skyline in, bad. If I'm also Gentlemates, do not play Orchid on red card S&D. They're a very, very good red card S&D team. I think they went like undefeated on the map at Challengers Champs. They were beating teams pretty handily on the map. They're also good at Protocol, another map they like to allow in there. So if like you don't beat them on if you don't play them on red card, you're gonna play them on Proto. You're gonna play them on either or. Like that's a map Orchid like playing. They like there's always gonna be a red card or a Proto in their series, no matter who they're playing. It's like there are two maps, and they ban Dealership. So that's a Dealership out of the equation. So you're always gonna see a red card or a Proto. So that just leaves Hossie and Rewind, like for S&D, for like the other team to actually pick from. And LAG would probably pick Hossie, but I think that plays more in the benefit of Orchid. I think Orchid could like super duper Neslo them. I'm actually going to throw a curveball. I'm going to go Orchid there. I think Orchid's going to upset Gentlemates right there. I think they're going to get some S&Ds in there. And then Vancouver against LA Thieves. Once again, they meet again. I think Lightning's not going to strike twice. I think Vancouver is going to go down, which is going to be to the dismay of Orchid. Because they're going to get absolutely beep-doo-bopped again. So let's take a look where these ones go. So this is Group B. So the winner of Group B goes, okay, right there at the bottom, like the face, the loser Group A. And then second place plays Optic. Okay, so it's basically Group A versus Group B. I should know that. Okay. So that's interesting because that means it's going to be Vancouver against Optic in a rematch, which is very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And then 100 Thieves against Cloud9, which if I'm Cloud9, I'm just like, fuck, dude. I'm going to skip ahead here. Actually, nah. I'm actually going to wait. I'm just going to put 100 Thieves through. I'm not going to lie. I was going to put them through. But, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so now I'm actually just going to so top of Group C goes in like the bottom half of the top, and then this one goes in the bottom. So that's top of the bottom, bottom of the bottom, and then Group D plays. Okay, that makes sense. So Group D is at the top of the middle. Group C is at the top of the bottom. Okay. All right. So Boston against War. I have no hope for this War team. I already went through it. So for those of you on audio, Group C is Boston against War and Ultra against Falcons. So I have Boston over War. And then Ultra against Falcons. I mean, this one's interesting. I'm not going to lie. This one's interesting. This one's interesting because I talked about Abe before and how like the dynamic I don't think is, but they are playing Falcons at the end of the day, and Falcons have Xnit on a flex. So I mean, just off of that, I mean, I just gotta go Ultra. Like, I was gonna call an upset there. I'm not gonna lie, I was really gonna call an upset. I swore I was, but then I was like that. Like then I realized who they were playing, and I was kind of like, And then I'm just going to skip over to this one because I don't think War, ever since War made those 2 changes, they had to make 2 changes. I think that's what ruined them. I think if they had their old roster, I think they would actually beat Falcons. But with this team that they have right now, especially with that fucking fill-in, dude, that fill-in I think is going to ruin them. So I think Falcons is going to go into like the last chance qualifier match, and then it's going to be Boston against Koi. I am going to have... Yo, it's gonna be the hardest of hard Nezels. I'm not gonna lie. This could be a hard. Okay, I'm actually gonna do like some map vetoes. Ultra likes playing Vault. Boston also likes playing it, but Ultra's a very good team on it. But like, I think Boston could give more of a run of their money on that. Bro, if they play them, they might play one of their 2 best maps. No bullshit. So if going off of what I've heard, I don't think Ultra's red card hardpoint got solved the same way when they had Merc. So I feel like they banned that map, and then Boston's gonna ban. Boston might just ban. I don't think Boston's that scared of playing them on Skyline with Abe. Like I don't think they're that scared. I'm not gonna lie. So it's red card, Hossie, Skyline, Rewind. I mean, Boston doesn't like Rewind, but Ultra doesn't like it either. It's like 2 teams that don't like any of those maps. Might get like a Skyline Vault, and then for S&D, Skyline and S&D, or I mean, what am I saying? So for S&D, I think Boston would ban Proto because that's Ultra's like best map. But with Abe, it's a little bit different. But Boston, I don't think they like playing that map anyway. And then Ultra probably ban Dealership, if I had to take a guess. So there's going to be like a red card in there, which I think favors Boston. And then if Dealership and... Okay, what was the other map I just said? If they pick red card, a Dealership's on the table, that's Hossie, Rewind. Hossie, Rewind, wow, I always forget the maps. Hossie, Rewind, Proto. Okay, I already banned Proto. Hossie, Rewind. Ultra would probably pick Rewind over Hossie, to be honest. I don't think Ultra's S&D against like this Boston's gonna be that great. All Boston has to do is like fucking take a respawn, and it could be, you know, curtains. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna go with Boston here. I'm gonna throw a curveball in here. Every bracket's got a little bit of a curveball. I don't really like this because Boston's gonna be fucking getting that like, why we break up? We're actually playing like very good. They're gonna be doing like that type of shit. I don't really like that. But so top is C. I'm on C right now. So top of C is like there. Okay. So top of C is on the 100 Thieves side of the bracket. So I'm gonna put Boston through. And then Ultra plays Falcons again, which they could lose. I'm not going to lie. They could lose. If I just do the map views for this one real quick, with Exit on the flex, I mean, S&D is like fucking... Bro, like the Falcons could do some shit here, dude. The Falcons could do some shit. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I actually might pull up my notepad for this. I'm going to pull up my notepad. Falcons probably ban Skyline. But I know AG fucking loves that map, though. But they might still ban it. So if they ban Skyline, or they might just play him on it, because like they literally saw Optic smoke him on it. Ultra's just going to ban the red card probably every single time. So even if they played like a Hossie and like a Rewind, I mean, I don't really see Falcons playing a Rewind, but, you know, I don't really see him playing Rewind. I'm not going to lie. Well, I always forget a hardpoint map too. Skyline Rewind Hossie. Skyline Rewind Hossie. I always forget. Vault. Oh my god, it's right in front of me. And then Vault and what? What the hell was that last hardpoint map? How did I forget? Rewind. Oh my god, it's right there. Okay, it's actually a good thing I actually write these maps down because I'm lost. So out of those maps, I mean, Rewind. I mean, both teams are so unconvincing at these maps, but I think skill diff wise, I think Ultra's just gonna take this again. All comes down to those S&Ds though. All gonna come down to those S&Ds, and they also have RCDs too. So I mean, this is interesting. So Ultra probably gonna ban dealership again for S&D. They still don't like playing that map. So I mean, the S&Ds don't favor Ultra at all. I don't feel like Xnid, TJ, and Pred, I think, could run worlds at S&D. They're all just gonna fucking play together. They're actually gonna play fucking Rewind. I swear they're gonna play Rewind S&D because I saw fucking Falcons play that map before, and I saw the way they played. They're gonna pull out the same ratty shit because Ultra's gonna be forced into a ban on a dealership because they don't like playing it. So out of all these maps, which one would Ultra pick for S&D if they're not playing a dealership? And let's say Falcons ban. What was the other S&D map? God, I forget all these maps. I'm not gonna lie. I forget every single map. I'm literally gonna pull it up right now. So scoreboards. I mean, best of 7. Could I see the map? Oh, I'm fucking looking at the wrong one. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one. So a dealership Hossie Proto. Oh my god. Okay, Proto. Jeez. Proto's interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Proto's very interesting. That's very interesting, actually. I'm not gonna lie. So Proto. Proto for S&D. I actually gotta throw that in there. Hold on. I'm gonna put Proto in dealership just so I have all the maps in front of me. So if they're not playing dealership, I think Ultra's gonna force a Proto unless Falcons ban it. Falcons could easily ban that map because they don't really have that many bans. So dealership, Proto are gone. They're gonna play Rewind, and then it's between Hossie and a red card for Ultra to pick. They'd have to play fucking red card. They never play that map, and they might lose it. And then hard points, Falcons could easily steal any of these hard points. I'm not gonna lie, they could steal a map of hard point, and then controls very up in the air where Falcons could easily take that. I really want to call an upset here. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to call a double OFR, but that would definitely fuck up my whole entire bracket. I'm not gonna lie, that would definitely have up my whole bracket. Do I really want to call it's only a bracket. It doesn't even matter, man. It doesn't matter. I'm going to call an upset here. I might call an upset here. I need some fucking excitement in my life. Not going to lie. I need some excitement. And it's after a loss, too. So it's fucking momentum's already whoa. And Kleenex already out the door. He doesn't give a fuck. And AG is like a shark, dude. AG smells blood in the water, dude. This guy is actually this guy's actually crazy. AG's actually insane. Heretics against P7. Probably, in my opinion, my favorite match of this whole entire fucking group stage. It is Heretics against P7. That is a match I'm going to be glued to my set to watch, is Heretics against P7, aka Omit Brooklyn. And for those of you who don't know that roster, it is Brack, Prolute, Standy, Yuli against Heretics. So that is going to be a very interesting game. Based off some of the map vetoes I saw, Omit Brooklyn, they ban Vault in both the respawns and Proto S&D, but Miami's got a pretty deep pool, so it doesn't matter anyway. They got a really deep pool, so if they ban Vault twice. They're gonna play Hasi or Proto. I think Miami could still edge. I think Miami's gonna skill diff them, to be honest. Just absolutely skill diff them. And no offense to them, but I mean, I can't go against Miami there. That'd be crazy. I mean, but I have seen Miami fucking pull up TWC and completely forget how to play the game after playing it all year. So I have seen that before. That has happened in real life. If I wanted to just like pick real quick, I mean, I forgot one map Omit Brooklyn even picks. That's why I didn't want to like do it. But Miami's got such a deep map pool. If I'm P7, they would have to either ban Vault or Hasi, because Miami is just gonna smoke them at either one that they play. So, I mean, they'll probably have a better chance playing the Vault though. If they play them on Rewind, Proto, I mean, Skyline, Red Card, these are all just maps that Miami's better on. P7's only hope is like the S&Ds and like the controls. It is honestly a fucking Neslo, because I don't think they're gonna win any of the hard points. They just have to win. And do you think Miami's going to lose both S&Ds and the control? I think they're going to take at least one of those. So you got to put them ahead of P7, like just on a mathematical basis. And then Omit, even though they're the Challengers World Champs, I mean, Atlanta FaZe just thrives off of playing these fucking types of players. They just fucking absolutely hork on them every single time. If there's one thing FaZe does not do, it's fucking get upset by Challengers teams. Who knows? I actually might be wrong. Dude, fuck, someone's gonna clip this, gonna go on fucking TikTok, dude, and they're just gonna get 3-0'd by Omit. Just watch. No, I'm kidding. It's not happening. And then Omit Brooklyn, aka P7, is gonna have to play the team that they just cannot beat. Like, they cannot beat this team. And I think it's going to happen again. In a best of 5, they stand a way better chance, though. Like, when they played the last best of 5, it was a lot closer. You know? It was a lot closer. So, it's possible. But I'm going to put Omit over them. I think that's just like a... Either way, they're not making it through. Either way. I put fucking FaZe in the wrong thing, by the way, too. I put FaZe in the wrong thing. So, I'm going to put FaZe there against Heretics. Maybe it was a small bit of a precursor. Who knows? So I'm just going to put Omit over P7. I really think ProLoot and them actually have a chance to upset them, but I think that it's just like a matchup. I think Craze and him just eat those guys alive for lunch, dude. I don't know what it is. Then we have Heretics against FaZe again. If I had to take a guess, I don't think FaZe's map pool is going to improve. But that Skyline, dude, their vetoes against Heretics were so good. They just trolled the Skyline, and then they lost all momentum. If I'm Atlanta FaZe, don't play Protocol anymore. Don't play it anymore. Do not play that fucking map anymore for S&D. Don't fucking play that map. Only play for Control. That is literally the only time you should ever play it. So I'm going to drop Atlanta FaZe's ideal map set against Miami right now. And if they don't take this, then like they hate me. So Miami's going to ban a red card, hard point. FaZe is going to ban a Vault. So I would like to see a Skyline in there again. For S&D, FaZe is probably going to ban Dealership, even though I think they should play Dealership. So this is my ideal map set. My bad. This is my ideal map set. So a Dealership, S&D should be played. And then for this, it should be Proto. And they played it last time. Atlanta FaZe fucking lost it. But I think that was all like a momentum thing at that point. And then you play Rewind, which I don't know why they didn't play before. They played Hasi for some reason. Actually, since one of them has to fucking pick a map, though. I forgot it's not Atlanta FaZe picking both maps. So if... So if Miami bans red card, hard point, and FaZe bans Hasi, fucking FaZe should just fucking ban Hasi. Just don't play. But the last time they played Miami was close. So I know Atlanta FaZe is a team that likes to have like that fucking like delusional confidence. Like, oh, we almost fucking da-da-da-da. But they're going to have to ban fucking Vault, though. They're going to have to ban Vault, which means they have to play Hasi. They're backed into a corner because their map pool is just ass for hard points. So they're always backed into a corner playing a map they don't normally play. So I think FaZe should pick a Dealership. I don't think they should play Proto. But so if I'm Miami, I'm I'm going to ban the red card hardpoint as well. So I'm basically doing a double red card ban. If I'm FaZe for S&D, you'd have to ban dealership. Actually, no. Don't ban dealership. I'd actually ban Proto. No. Yeah, I'd actually ban Proto. I just would not play that map. Play him on Rewind or Hossie. Like, I know you don't like Hossie, but fuck. Like, dude, anything else. But I don't know who's going to be Team A or Team B. Whoever picks, like, that dealership. I feel like if FaZe leaves fuck dealership open, then Miami's just going to pick it. Which means Atlanta FaZe could have a better pick, which is what Atlanta FaZe should do. You should bait Miami into playing dealership and beat them on it. Like, last time you played them, you lost like 6-5 because a BZ trolled 2 rounds in a row, fucking man advantages. Like, you could have beat them on that map. So, play them on that map, please. Don't play Proto. Play them on dealership, please. So, if Atlanta FaZe gets the S&D pick, and dealership and Proto aren't there, and red card's not there, I mean, they're obviously not going to pick Hossie. If I'm FaZe, I pick like Rewind S&D. And this right here is the ideal map set in a perfect world. If you have this map set, you pretty much beat Miami 3-1, 3-2. 3-1, 3-2. They maybe take like the Hossie. Dealership could go either way. You should take the Scotland if you play that shit again. I mean, the amount of chokes on the map were astronomical, but I'm gonna do Atlanta FaZe. I think Atlanta FaZe is gonna fucking take this. You guys are gonna think I'm fucking crazy. Atlanta FaZe against the fucking Falcons. Holy shit. It's either Atlanta FaZe against the Falcons or Atlanta FaZe against Ultras. So either or. That's going to be their match. And then Heretics, I'm just going to put them right through. I think they're going to beat Omit, to be honest. I don't think Heretics are going to get upset there. No disrespect to Heretics. I mean, Miami's just a well fuck machine. And they're already in Saudi already. So, I mean, I guess they got there early. So, I'm going to kick this one off. So, this bracket, for those of you on audio, as I already fucking put 100 Thieves to the next round. This is quarterfinals. This is top 8. This is single elimination. And there is a third place game, which I do think teams should care about. So, let's talk about that real quick. So there's like this whole thing that everyone's always fucking talking about, oh, don't care about EWC, da-da-da-da-da. To me, I just think that's a piss poor mentality. I said the exact same thing last year. You're telling me you're going to travel across the world to not care? You are literally getting gifted free money just for showing up and playing games, which you're already doing at home, but you're getting paid for it. Every win, you get more money. There is people that would give their left arm to be at this tournament, and you're going to come here and say you don't care. That is just a lack of professionalism in my eyes from any pro player saying that. There's a lot of money at stake. Even the third place match, there's people saying, I already lost out of the tournament. I just want to take my money and go home. Guys, that third place game, let me tell you something. To my knowledge, third place is 200K. Fourth place is 120K. So that's an 80K difference, 20,000 per person extra in that match. I would be caring. That's 20K extra to fucking blow, go on vacation, fucking give to your parents, you know. That's extra 20K. You're going to not care when you're already there across the world? Stupid. So anyone saying they don't care, like, I would never like to coach people like that literally show up to a tournament and they don't care. Bro, I'm just thinking about like the pros fucking back in the day. Pros back in the day would be eating their fingers off for a tournament like this for just free cash showing up playing. Like, wow. Like, fucking Complexity would be going hard at this fucking tournament. Like, let me tell you. They'd be going fucking hard. We just don't have teams with that fucking same mentality these days. It's actually insane. So, yeah. The quarterfinals, Optic against FaZe. Optic against Vancouver, FaZe against Falcons on one side, and then on the other side, Boston against Miami, 100 Thieves against Cloud9. I'm starting at the bottom with 100 Thieves, Cloud9. I'm going to put 100 Thieves through. I put them in the wrong spot, but yeah, 100 Thieves I think are going to go through against Cloud9. I don't think that's much of a shocker to anyone, to be honest. Not much of a shocker there. Boston against Heretics. I think Heretics take that. I don't think Boston's going to be fucking doing any heebie-jeebies there. And then we have FaZe against Falcons. You guys would never believe what happened. I just did about 20 minutes of map fucking Vetoes for like the next 2 games, and I was not recording any of it. I don't even know what happened. I am mind blown, but now I got to do it all over again. So, I mean, I didn't really do it for this match. It was more for the next match, but I have FaZe going over Falcons. They're either going to play Falcons or Ultra, but based off of my bracket prediction, it would be Falcons. If they lose to Falcons, all 4 players need to take separate plane rides home. Shouldn't even be on first class. Should just be a rough ride home if you fucking lose to Exit on a flex. I mean, that's all I got to say. And then Optic against Vancouver. I guess this kind of saves you guys some time because I just yapped for 20 minutes without recording, doing the whole map veto process. So I guess I give you guys a fast version, which I guess is good for all you guys. So, I mean, if I'm Optic, I mean, it'd probably be more beneficial to pick Team B, just to get your 3 picks in a row. I mean, like, having, like, the bound on control doesn't really matter because, you're going to play Vault or Proto anyway, so you just leave it to your choice because Vancouver's not going to play you on Hossie. So either way, you're not going to play Hossie. So instead of giving them the power, just pick it yourselves, and you also get like the 2-3-5 or like 2-3-4 pick. So it just make more sense for Optic to pick Team B. And then I went through like the map vetoes. Optic's going to double ban fucking red card because that's what they love to do. Not going to play them on red card hardpoint, especially after seeing them beat LA Thieves on it. Red card S&D is a map they're not really specialized in. Vancouver's pretty good on it. So they might try to play them on other stuff. Vancouver's probably going to ban Skyline hardpoint. If you look at the options, Skyline, Hossie, Vault, Rewind, and red card. Yeah, basically those maps, they would ban Skyline. It's the one map Optic's like supremely good at and just absolutely horks on every team at. If you look at the other maps, Hossie, Vault, Rewind, Vancouver pretty good at all 3 of those. A way better chance against Optic than Skyline, which they'd probably run your world on. So good hardpoint map options for Vancouver. Hossie, Vault, Rewind. I was playing around which one Vancouver would pick because they could have beat Optic. They should have beat Optic on Rewind hardpoint. So would they play it again? They probably feel they could have beat them on the Vault hardpoint too, so maybe they play that one again, or the Hossie, which Optic against FaZe didn't look that great at, but Optic does have the ability, if like they're really flowing, to really punish teams on that map. But their P1s were all right. Their P2s all came down to Atlanta FaZe throwing like all 3. Their P4s aren't super crazy, just like their P3s are just extremely well. So if you take that into account, like Vancouver would feel pretty confident playing them on Hossie. Probably have a better chance than Vault, which is the map Optic's very good at right now. So play them on Hossie or Rewind, but either or, Optic's going to pick fucking Vault, so it's going to be map 4 regardless. So you just have to put yourself in the best opportunity to win that first map hardpoint, which they could do Rewind. They honestly could do Rewind again. Like, this Hossie could very well easily be Rewind. So, like, I just put Hossie but they could easily pick fucking Rewind easily. Like, it'll probably actually be Rewind, to be honest. I just pick Hossie because I'm thinking Vancouver's going to see the last time Optic played it, and they're going to go, like, yeah, they were good. They beat FaZe on it, but, I mean, they weren't crazy, and we've, like, actually shit on teams on that map. So, it is possible. It is possible. And, yeah. And I've seen Neptune play Shotzi and Hukin 8s, and I know it's only 8s, but they have played Hossie, and I know that stuff just like, yeah, I could take these kids on this map, you know. But Optic does have the ability sometimes to absolutely just like DoorDash teams on that map, so anything could happen. So just based off of that, I mean, Vancouver fucking could pick Rewind. They might just pick Rewind, to be honest, especially since like P5 on that map is like super duper mixy, and you know. But yeah, either or, it's gonna be Hossie or Rewind for map number 1. And then I thought Optic was gonna pick Rewind. Actually, yeah, Rewind, because I thought that Vancouver's gonna ban, if they're smart, just ban Proto. I don't care how good you actually think you are at that map, fucking just ban it. And then Optic's gonna ban red card, which is a dealership, Rewind, and Hossie. Optic could easily pick Hossie. Honestly, they could easily pick it. Like, I actually would not be surprised if they pick it. Honestly, I actually might pick it. It actually might be a fuck double Hossie, not gonna lie. Might be a fuck double Hossie. Not gonna lie, yeah, it actually might be. For some reason, I was thinking Optic like would pick Rewind, but like I think they might think Vancouver's a bit better than them on that map, so it might be like a double Hossie and then Proto. I put Proto because Vancouver is gonna ban Hossie, so Optic has to pick between like the Vault and the Proto. Vault's a little bit of an easier map, so they probably pick Proto just to skill diff them. Optic's gonna pick Vault Hardpoint for map number 4, and then Vancouver's going to pick a dealership and square up on them again, probably on that map. I would not be surprised. Or they might just switch up and go Rewind. But I would, if I were them, I'd probably pick fuck dealership. I mean, like, you can take them on that map. You can. But you could also pick go Rewind too. That'd be a nice map to throw against Optic, because Optic hasn't really played that map that much. So don't know if they're super duper crazy on it. Could definitely probably take them on it. But they probably don't want to have to deal with like a Dashy and Merc on like the P3 street every fucking offense and defense, so they're probably just gonna pick dealership. So based off of these maps, like I'm thinking Vancouver could actually fucking take this, like if they actually ice up. So I actually pick Vancouver because I think Vancouver will probably have like their foot on the gas pedal a bit more than Optic, but I would not be surprised in the slightest. I was laughing about it earlier when I thought I was recording, but I was not, that I will probably just be eating a fucking diaper in the end. So yeah. And then I'm not going to do the map views for this one, but I think this is going to be a reformed version of 100 Thieves. So I think they're going to go to the grand finals of the Esports World Cup. And I think Heretics is going to go to the third. All right, not think, I fucking know now. Heretics is going to go to the third place matchup. Oh my God, my voice already tweaking. And then Vancouver against FaZe. Interesting. That Skyline now looks a lot more interesting, because now Vancouver's going to have to play them on Skyline or Rewind, which makes it a lot more interesting. They are definitely going to score up on red card. Like the hard points, like this might be like the best matchup FaZe has in hard point against a team, just because of like the similarities they have in their map pool. Like this is very good for like Atlanta FaZe. If Atlanta FaZe ban the Vault, which they're probably going to ban, and then if they ban that, if Surge out of all these maps, probably ban Rewind maybe. It's probably like their best map. Oh, but if I'm FaZe, I'll fucking want to ban Hossie. That means you got to play him Hossie. But I mean, like they played him on Hossie before. So that means Vancouver gets to pick if they're Team A or Team B. They'll probably pick Team. They're probably going to pick Team either or. I mean, either or would work pretty well for them. Not going to lie. I'll just do the map, so I'm not going to decide teams are Team A or Team B. So it's probably going to be a Hossie hardpoint in there for sure. Definitely going to be a Hossie hard. There's going to be a red card in there. I know there's going to be a red card. Like, or, ooh. Well, actually, they have to play them on right. I think Vancouver's going to feel pretty confident after they beat LA Thieves that they could fucking beat Atlanta FaZe on that map, so I think they're going to play it. And then for Control, FaZe is going to do whatever it takes to avoid Vault. And I don't think Surge want to play him on Proto. But depends if they're fucking Team A or Team B. Either way, I don't think Vancouver's going to ban the Vault. They're probably going to ban like Hossie again. They're probably just going to ban Hossie. So we're probably just going to get another Proto Control if I had to take a guess. And then for S&D's, FaZe probably going to ban fuck dealership against a team like this, to be honest. That means you have to play him on Proto, though, and I don't think they want to play him on Proto, to be honest. So that's pretty fucking tough for Atlanta FaZe, not going to lie. If I'm Vancouver, out of all these maps, for S&D, probably ban fucking red card. It's like the only map FaZe is like good at in this series. So, I mean, if I'm FaZe, I'm playing Rewind. Don't know if it's going to be map 2 or map 5. So, that means... That means Vancouver would pick probably fucking Proto. They have between... No, but Atlanta FaZe is going to fucking ban dealership. They're going to ban dealership. They're not fucking dumb. But they could play him on Hossie, too. Like, they could play him on Hossie. But they might just play him on fucking Proto. So, Hossie, R-Point, Rewind, S&D, Proto. Like, I think Atlanta FaZe takes that. I'm not going to lie. It's like a FaZe series. I'm not going to lie. Which is crazy. I don't know why fucking FaZe and 100 Thieves were my fucking grand finals again. Like, what the fuck? How did we end up here? But this is what happens at EWC. This is what happens at EWC. This is what happens. This is what happens. Which means that Vancouver goes to the third place match against the fucking Heretics. And if you want to do like the map vetoes for this one, if you want to do the map vetoes for this one, brother, I mean, fuck, like they already played. What the hell happened the last time they played? Hold on, I gotta go see. I know Miami won. Wait, did Miami win? I'm pretty sure they won, right? Miami beat them? Holy cow, where the hell was I? Yeah, they did. Like, they beat them 3-1. Okay, yeah, that's what I would have thought. And then, like, they fucking played them again. They lost 3-2. Okay, so in this first one, as we pulled this up here on the audio, or I mean on the video, they played a dealership vault, Hacienda Protocol. Miami won 6-4 dealership, 3-1 vault. We have a different control now, so that's interesting. If I'm Miami, if I'm Vancouver, Vancouver is in a predicament when they play Miami at hard points because they have to choose between Hacienda or a vault ban or a skyline ban. So that's fucking. They'll probably play them on fucking skyline next time. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if they played Hacienda again because I completely forgot like this series. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot this fucking series. We're gonna pull it up again. So they played again. It was a 3-2 this time, and they lost. Vancouver showed some grit, 6-5 win. Miami beat them on the Hacienda again, but Vancouver got a bit more points. Vancouver switched to the protocol control and beat them. Miami beat them on the dealership again. So interesting Interesting. So if I'm Vancouver, ban Hacienda, try Skyline out. You got no choice. Like, you just fucking try it out. And then Vancouver pick Vault. I don't know why. Miami's always going to pick fucking Hacienda, but I mean, if you ban it, they're going to pick Skyline, so I'll just try Skyline. If I'm Vancouver, I would try to get a rewind hardpoint in here. Like, why are you not trying a map like that against a team like Miami that does not play that map? Like, just play them on fucking rewind or something. And stop playing on fucking dealership. I don't care how good you think you're on that map. Miami bans fucking rewind. And if you ban Hacienda, play a different map. But I mean, okay, so Vancouver bans Hacienda. I think Vancouver just has to play Hacienda, dude. I think they're only playing fucking dealership. It's because it's like, at least if we're going to play them on a map that they're good at least it's like a more of a 50-50 map. So I think that's why they're playing it. But I'll just play them on a different map, to be honest. And like the controls a little bit different, but I mean, either or. I mean, they're probably not going to play Vault, to be honest. They're going to play Hacienda or Control. They're going to play Hacienda or fuck Protocol. But, I'm pretty sure I have Miami. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure I have Miami. I'm just going to put Miami there. I think Miami's going to be third place. I'll just put Heretics. Heretics, third place winners. I'll just put stars over it. So Heretics get third place. Heretics get third place. Then we have Atlanta FaZe versus 100 Thieves in the grand finals. How many times I predicted this grand final? Holy fuck. And since FaZe is on the higher side, I'm not sure how the map views will work for here. I'd have to fucking go on last year's, but I don't really want to do that. But I kind of have to, so I might just take a little pause just to see what the map views were the last time that they played. Actually, I think it's going to go off of like total seed, maybe? I think 100 Thieves have like the total seed. But I think it might go after how they came out of the brackets, but... Yeah, but I had 100 Thieves here too, so 100 Thieves at the top of their fucking side. So let me see, and then I'll get back to you for the grand finals. After doing my research, I mean, I think it's just whoever's like on the top side of like the finals bracket, because last year, 100 Thieves had a higher placing at champs, but I'm not sure if it just went off like the overall CDL standings. If it did, then that means like Atlanta FaZe. So if it does, it'll mean like 100 Thieves. Either way, it's really just for like the first 5 maps, and then the others are fucking like default maps anyway that they didn't pick. So we're gonna try to just go through that real quick, get this challenger shit out of here, you know. So Atlanta FaZe against 100 Thieves. Let's do the bans first. Hardpoint bans. I know 100, like, so this is gonna come down to if 100 Thieves plays red card at this tournament and how it looks. Depending how it looks will depend if Atlanta FaZe, if they're smart, allows it in or not. If you see 100 Thieves playing it again and they look good, like I know Vancouver's probably gonna square up on them again. If 100 Thieves just like smokes them this time, I would just not play them on it. I would just leave the map alone. Leave it alone. But if I'm FaZe, I would just ban red card. That means you have to play them on fucking Vault though. So I think they're just like, I think that's like the corner they're backed into. They don't want to play them on fucking Vault, but 100 Thieves has not been playing that map either lately. But I think FaZe is just so bad at that map that they're just gonna play them on red card. So it's like literally not gonna matter. Just gonna fucking get a red card no matter what. So I think red card's gonna be in there. 100 Thieves. I mean, 100 Thieves could ban Rewind. I mean, if they're smart, they just ban fucking Rewind. It's the only map fucking Atlanta FaZe knows how to play. I'll just fucking ban that. And then if I'm FaZe, I'm fucking picking Skyline if I have to. And then like the S&D bans will probably be wait, so both teams get a hardpoint ban, then yeah, so it doesn't matter. It means it'll just be like the 3 hardpoint maps anyway. No, actually, it's a best of 7. It's best of 7, so there's only 2 maps, so it doesn't even matter. So yeah, that's all the hardpoint maps. Fucking gone. So S&D, FaZe probably ban Dealership, but if they're playing against Miami and they get good at it, whatever. But LA Thieves automatically bans fucking Proto. It's like not even a question. They always ban it. They just don't play that map for S&D. And then if I'm FaZe, I would ban like Hossie. They're probably just gonna ban Hossie. So if you take Hossie out of it, leaves red card. Not bad. Red card, Rewind. And every time they played LA Thieves for like the past like 2-3 times, I will remind you, Dealership has always been the last map, but nobody's ever picked it. But it has been the last map. Like, it hasn't gone off the table, but they've just never made it to it. But it's always been in there. If you look at the past 2-3 times they played, Dealership's always been in there, but they just never made it that far. So I think it's gonna get left in there again, but probably as like a default. So you're probably be seeing a Rewind, which probably be Atlanta FaZe's pick. Actually, no, that'd probably be LA Thieves' pick, to be honest, because can't really play the other maps. I mean, if they ban Hossie, if they ban Hossie and they ban Proto, that leaves a Dealership, Rewind, red card. Dealership, Rewind, red card. So we're gonna be seeing all 3 of those maps. So LA Thieves, I don't know what team they're gonna pick. I'll just assume like they're fucking Team B, and they pick fucking red card. And they also get the control as well. Atlanta FaZe is gonna ban Vault. They always do. Depends if the team A, Team B, but either way, they're not going to pick it. So we're going to be seeing yeah, but it's like on the new patch too, so who knows? We're seeing Protocol, and I don't think LA Thieves even fears them on the Hacienda anyway. They like smoked them last time. So that leaves red card S&D, and then Hossie control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's only a fucking best of 7 for real. Really, it actually is. Huh. Interesting. And then Dealerships, this will probably be like the map set right here. Might be a different order depending who Team A, Team B is. But Skyline Hardpoint probably have Atlanta FaZe because they're just going to lock up whenever they play them on this map. This map could go either way. I'm not going to lie. This map is like, I'm just going to put a question mark. This map could go either way. I think LA Thieves might take it, depending what phase we see. Just need to see what phase we're gonna see. I don't like predicting the grand finals like this early. After you see how every team's played, like I will actually get it accurate when I know who's actually like there. The second I see like the quarters of the semis, just need to see how the teams play in the group stage. Honestly, Like, and then I'll know. So you're going to see my predictions actually change once I see the actual matches start being played. But this is just my prediction without seeing anything yet. So FaZe, red card, probably have LAT. I mean, I've fucking a lot of bitches probably just going to go the whole year not beating him at that map. This map could also go either way, but I think LAT might take that. It could just be LAT, 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 you know? This could be, you know? Hacienda Control, I mean, it's a new one. I haven't seen any of the teams play on the new one, so who knows if it's better. I think it might favor more LAT because if you're not hard barking well, Hydra always flanking by into like I just think fucking they're just going to run their world. If I'm FaZe, I should just throw a curveball in and fucking play fucking Bolt Control at this point. To be honest, you have to win that proto now. You actually have to win that proto. Like, you need to win the Skyline Rewind proto. You have to try to make it to a dealership. You can take like the red card S&D because it's not any given that because LAT's had the same strats on that. I'm sure now they're gonna have fucking different strats for that map. So that could go either way. Like, these S&Ds could go either way. I don't even know. That's why I'm putting question marks over them. So, I mean, I probably have LAT like for that. And then this one, I've been dying to see these two teams play dealership S&D. And what if the last match of the Black Ops 6 season, we finally get to see them play a dealership S&D? I hope fucking FaZe could clutch up on these game modes. Like the Skyline Hardport Rewind S&D, Red Card S&D. Please win 3. Let's see a game 7. I usually don't care to see like the last map, but these are two teams I've been dying to see play this map. And what a fluky fucking map. But I think this final event is going to be used to decide who had the better year between FaZe and LA Thieves. Who's going to win 3? I think if any of them fucking win 3, I think that's a better year than Optic, especially since it's a $1.8 million prize. So basically the exact same as champs. So if FaZe or 100 Thieves win, they have a better year than Optic. So yeah, I think this is going to be the FaZe 100 Thieves final showdown for the last map. I kind of don't even want to do like the prediction for this map. I'm not going to lie. I don't even want to do it because it's hard to do it when you haven't seen any teams play, because usually once you see them play, you know how they're going to show up. But I guess the bracket prediction, I guess I just got to do something. I got to do something. But I don't want to line a FaZe to win because I want them to make a change. But if they win, they're going to stay together again. You got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Should I just fucking leave the cliffhanger right here? Should I just leave the cliffhanger right here? For the first time ever in my bracket. No, actually, you just can't do a bracket that way. You have to pick a winner. So, my winner here, after seeing these maps, you just never know what fuck FaZe is going to show up. That's the thing. You don't even know what LAD is going to show up, but like they fucking match up pretty well against each other. Not going to lie. But if 100 Thieves beats Heretics and they fucking beat like Vancouver in here, they're going to have all the confidence. They're going to be roaring. They're going to be fucking roaring. Yeah. I think 100 Thieves actually take this. I'm not going to lie. I think 100 Thieves fucking take this shit. I wanted to pick FaZe, but I think too many people are going to be, I don't even care what people think. Like, everyone thinks I'm a FaZe fan. Like, I want them to break up. Like, let's fucking say that. I want a BZ and Simp to go their separate motherfucking ways. Let's just say that. I want them to go their separate ways, okay? I want them to go their separate ways. It's not going to happen if they win, though. It's not going to happen if they win. So this could be a little bit of a selfish thing. But at the same time, that does sound good for Legacy being 2-time Esports World Cup champions. And I am going to end off this podcast by saying, just talking real quick about a COD champs and EWC. I'll probably get more into depth of it later. Esports World Cup is more of a world championship than COD champs is. COD champs only allows 8 teams. This allows 16 teams, and you're actually playing teams with players from around the world. So it's like actually a world championship playing different organizations from around the world. Like, this is more teams. You're going through a group stage. You could say single elimination, but they're going through a group stage. It's not like you're basically playing even more matches than a normal bracket. Like, in the normal bracket, the COD champs, you basically start in the winners and you play 1, 2, 3 and you're already there. Here you play fucking one match, you play another match, and if like you lose, like you play like a third match. So you actually play like 3 matches or 2 matches. So you play 2 group stage matches, and then you play like the 3 matches. Like, you know, like that's more of a world championship than COD World Champs is. Like, you're actually playing teams from around the world. Like, you know, you got teams like Orchid in there. There probably could have been like some more fucking EU people, but is what it is. But you're actually playing more people from around the world. It's more of a world championship, more teams. It's not 8 teams. This is double the teams as champs. And only has way less of a prize because the fucking CDL probably fucking made it that way, to be honest. So, yeah. But with that being said, wait, should I actually fucking like solidify this? I kind of have my own fucking agenda here. If FaZe wins are gonna fucking stick together, I don't want them to. It would be really mature of them to like actually win this and still go their separate ways. That'd be really mature of them. Like, that's what they should do. Like, if they win, no matter what happens, they should just be like, yeah, like, let's just fucking chalk it after this. But like 100 Thieves, if they win, they're also going to stick together. I kind of want to see 100 Thieves kind of make a change for like Envoy in there, maybe like for somebody. Like, I kind of want to fucking see him tweak as well. Like, I just want to see every team tweak. I just want to see changes like all around. I just want to see tweakerson fucking tweaks. But I really want that fucking dealership fucking map number 7. I'm not going to lie. But we're getting 2 different controls with 2 different spawns. But obviously, Proto's the one control that's the exact same, but Hacienda is going to be different. We'll see how it goes. Who knows what version of? I mean, there's so many things that could happen. This could be Simp out for revenge. Draza hasn't streamed. Like, he's been playing 8s, but he hasn't been streaming. Like, a lot of people just aren't streaming. A lot of people are, I think, locked in for this. I think a lot of people are trying to fucking win. You know, trying to win this shit. So. I don't know, but I'm going to go. Actually, I'm going to switch it up. I don't want to do this. You know what? For the first time ever, I'm just going to fucking leave it blank. And I'm going to come back to it as the weekend goes on. I know you've never seen a bracket prediction where he doesn't predict the finalists, but it's hard when I haven't seen the teams play. I need to fucking see him play the maps because you never know what version of any of these teams you're going to get. But I do expect a great matchup as always. But this is my bracket prediction. Heretics 3rd place, Vancouver 4th, Optic out 1st round quarterfinals, getting like a top 8. And then saying like they don't fucking care because they already won champs. All their fans saying that. I can fucking see that happening. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this bracket prediction and this tier ranking. The Borito Talk podcast is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please follow. Leave the show a rating. That stuff would really help me out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let your friends know who the #1 ESPN analyst is in the game. Lots of content coming this week. Stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I will see you guys. I mean, I'll be uploading some more during the week, but I'll see you guys Thursday evening for the day 1 debrief, going through any matches that we need to go through. We're going to go break down some matches like for the last time this whole year. We're going to break down some fucking gameplay and stream together. So hope to see you guys there Thursday evening. But otherwise, this has been Burrito, guys. Bada boom, bada bye. We'll see you next time.